We're live! Hey guys, I'm Wolfie, and today we are going to talk about everything around the NFL, some football stuff, whatever you guys want to talk about. We'll jump into some things just happening around the NFL offseason stuff, needs, A.J. Brown, what's his name? Pitts got a franchise tag. And then, of course, talk about the needs of the San Francisco 49ers in this offseason heading up. And it's Combine Week, too, also, by the way, guys. It's Combine Week. So I'm pretty excited about that. I still haven't looked at enough prospects to be confident in, like, doing drafts, stuff like that. I've been really busy and stuff like that. I think I've maybe done, like, 5 or 6 hours of research so far on prospects so far. So I really don't know enough yet to really kind of make judgments and stuff like that. But I will have I'm hoping sometime after the combine or 2 weeks after the combine that I will start doing like some mock drafts and stuff like that when I'm comfortable with more than just like 20 to 25 players in this draft. I want to make sure that I have like at least 75 to 100 players that I'm comfortable with this. I like this, so I'm gonna make an evaluation. So I have not done any draft stuff yet, but I will get to that at some point. So, and of course, as you guys know, we're brought to you by water. It's super good for you. It's good for you. It's good for me. It's good for your bowels. It's good for your skin. That's our sponsor. Wouldn't be here today without it. So, all right. Let me go ahead and I got to share this real quick. Hold on. 1 second. Share. Copy. Paste. I'm hungry like the wolf. Song stuck in my head. Boom. 1 second. Getting all this up here. And then we'll look at some top 100 free agents too as well. That's why I pulled it up too. So, Space Monkey in the house. Shout out Water, man. Wouldn't be here without it. What's up, man? How you doing, man? Hope your day is good. Hope your Monday is good. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late. I literally took an old man nap, and then it was like 1:55, and I was like, oh, sure. I slapped myself a couple bit, threw on a shirt, and here I am. So glad you're here, man. Anyway, talk about some things that's going around in the NFL, like news-wise and stuff that I'm hearing that's constantly popping up on my FYP. A.J. Brown apparently has some trade destinations that he wants to go to. One of them being like the Patriots, right? Look, that makes sense. One of them being the Raiders, I saw was on his list too. And I was like, okay, maybe new regime, that makes sense. But recently in that trade rumor, apparently his list of destinations that he wants to go to, apparently Cleveland Browns is on that list. A.J. Brown wants to be a Cleveland Brown. I don't know entirely how true this is, so take this with a grain of salt. But when I saw that A.J. Brown wanted to be A.J. Brown wanted to be a Brown, I was like, bro, it's just the last name. You don't actually have to be that. You know what I mean? It's just the last name. You don't have to be a Brown. You know what I mean? But apparently that's what he wants to do. That's where he wants to go in one of his destinations. And I think that's absolutely wild to me. Like, why would you want to go there to a dysfunctional organization? I guess maybe if you're a big fan of Shedeur Sanders and his potential and stuff like that, you'd probably want to go there, I guess. But, like, other than that, man, I would not. The fact that he wants to go to the Browns is weird to me, especially over the Eagles, you know? Yeah. Salvador in the house. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Hope you're good. Your Monday's good. Everything's going well. I know it's a Monday, right? Everyone's kind of starting their week off, stuff like that. But we'll get through it. We'll get through the week because that's what we do, right? We got to the Super Bowl. I think we can get through a Monday. You know what I mean? So, all right. Next up after the A.J. Brown stuff is Kyle Pitts getting a franchise tag. Personally, man, that makes sense to me. I wouldn't be surprised. I still think he might potentially be traded in the end, but like it's smart of them to franchise tag him because a lot of people are going to want to possibly capitalize on Kyle Pitts and his potential, right? Like everyone, the Falcons failed, right? And the Pitts had that incredible first season. And he's still relatively young. People want to catch lightning in the bottle. Sam Darnold, but for tight ends, Kyle Pitts, kind of type thing here. And I'm not surprised they franchise tagged him. Does not mean they're going to keep him. does not mean they're going to sign him to a long-term contract. It just means they hold the cards when it comes to trading him. So now they can get something out of him and not just get rid of him. So I still think he's going to get traded. I just think he's going to get traded. After his WC game performance, he can't stay in Philly for his own safety. The offensive coordinator for the Eagles, he got what was his name? Was it Petulio? His last name Petulio? I think that's what it was for the Eagles. The offensive coordinator. He got his house got egged. He got ridiculed online, dragged. It's why the Eagles actually struggled to find an offensive coordinator, because there was just so much bad rep among fans that no one wants to take that shot, right? Because if that offensive coordinator fails, they're stuck. They're stuck with these fans that are just giving them shit, throwing things at their house. It's like, I don't know if you really want to go through all of that, because they're blaming the offensive coordinator, not necessarily Nick Sirianni, who's supposed to take that he's supposed to take the blow, not the offensive coordinator, if you ask me. But, yeah, if I'm AJ, I don't understand. I don't get it. Maybe it's because I've never won a Super Bowl, so I don't know. But for him, winning a Super Bowl was not enough. Winning a Super Bowl for AJ Brown, he says that he felt good for a day or two, and it just wasn't good. Apparently, it did not last. It didn't stick around. He wants to be that guy. He wants to be Jerry Rice, essentially. He wants to be the Julian Edelman in the Super Bowl, where he gets the MVP. He's phenomenal. He gets all the cred, most of the cred, right? He wants that kind of recognition. He wants to win a tournament. He wants to win a Super Bowl, but he wants the credit as if he's the quarterback. That's the kind of credit that A.J. Brown wants. He wants the credit that quarterbacks get. He doesn't feel satisfied, and I don't think he ever will. I don't think he ever will, because not everyone can do what Jerry Rice did in Super Bowls. Not everyone can do what Julian Edelman did in Super Bowls. It's a quarterback award most of the time, right? Look at Jalen Hurts. No offense to people who love Jalen Hurts and respect Jalen Hurts and back Jalen Hurts. He did not deserve Super Bowl MVP whatsoever. He didn't do anything until it was 27-0 in the Super Bowl. But he won Super Bowl MVP because you can't give it to an entire defense. You can't give it to an entire offensive line, right? So he ended up winning by default. And A.J. Brown wants that credit. He wants to be that guy. He wants Jerry Rice attention. That's what he wants. Classic wide receiver one syndrome. Spitting hot fire. That's so true. That is beyond true. It's almost as if what's really weird about A.J. Brown is A.J. Brown's not a bad guy, I don't think. He doesn't go, he's not an off the field issue, I don't think. He's really kind of like a locker room, on the field, on the sideline toxicity, right? Not necessarily off the field causing problems, someone you dislike. Because honestly, when you hear him talk and stuff like that, he's actually genuinely kind of seems like a good dude that likes to have fun. You know what I mean? But there is 110% a diva in him, and it's controllable to an extent. You got to be winning and stuff like that. But even then, you still will hear from him, even if you're winning, as we saw this previous year and the year before that, even when they won the Super Bowl. But my only thing is that's my only assessment with A.J. Brown, that he just wants that recognition. He wants to be that guy. And I don't think you can do that as a wide receiver unless you're like Jerry Rice, dude. Right? You got to be like Randy Moss or something, man. And you're not that. You're not the best wide receiver in the league or anything like that. So, but he wants out, man. He wants out, apparently, and he's got 4 trade destinations, and one of them being Cleveland Browns. I don't understand that at all. That's so weird to me. That's so weird to me. Cleveland Browns. As you're lit, if you're from Ohio, right? Maybe is he from Ohio and I just don't know that? Did he grow up a Browns fan or something? You gotta have some sort of personal reason why you want to go to the Browns. It cannot be because, oh, I think the Browns are a good organization. They're going to take care of me and stuff like that. That can't be it. It has to be like a Travis Kelce, Jason Kelce thing where they've always wanted to play for the Browns because they were from there, right? So that makes sense. I don't get that. That's so weird. AJ Brown is Debo 2.0. I agree. He also had a mediocre, just like in the Super Bowl, Debo, he had a mediocre wild card game too. Had a lot of drops and stuff like that. So maybe he's having his Debo moment, and this is where he falls off. I don't know. But I would definitely say I would take AJ Brown over Debo these past 2 years, 3 years even, over Debo. But I do get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying. Like, he's like, I'm just ready to go out. I'm ready to go somewhere else. I don't want to be here. And then when he goes somewhere else, maybe even the Browns, he's going to say some stupid shit like, oh, I just wanted to go to a winning organization, and Shadour's a winner. And it's like, you just won a Super Bowl, dude. You know what I mean? Yeah, AJ Brown's never happy, even though he's got a self-help book telling him he's happy. So I understand that. Anyway, next up, the next subject I want to talk about when it comes to the San Francisco 49ers, there's really nothing else happening around the NFL other than the AJ Brown talk, the franchise tag of Kyle Pitts. That's the only thing I really could find happening around the NFL. So it's kind of dead right now. It's kind of dead. According to Stephen Jones, they're leaning towards franchise tagging George Pickens, which I'm not surprised. If they let George Pickens go, I'd be kind of shocked. George Pickens is a very much a Cowboy type player. Like, he worked like it. I hate the Cowboys, top 3 most hated team, but honestly, like, Cowboys, just think of the Cowboys and who he is and the wide receivers they had in the past, things of that nature. It kind of works. It kind of fits. Like, George Pickens, it's like a perfect fit. And I'd be shocked if the Cowboys let him go. So, but yeah, so that's how I feel about that. Brian Thomas Jr. on tough second season gives you a lot to grow from. Hopefully so. Maybe grow from that team of the Jacksonville Jaguars and get traded to the 49ers. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. David Corona in the house. What is up, man? Hope you're good. Hope you're good. Hope you're good. It's going live for an hour. Conversating, talk some football, talk what's going on in the NFL, just chilling, talking to you guys. Might get quiet for a second. I don't know. But so anyway, George Pickens is labeled as a guy they're going to franchise tag, which I'm not surprised. They're gonna figure that out. The center for the Chargers has retired, which they could use that. They could use some of that offensive lineman they had, right? The Chargers retire. They could use that. So that's actually good for them and force them to go out and try to find that center that they actually need. So center Bradley Bozeman has retired from the NFL, who's this Charger center, and that offensive line was one of the worst offensive lines in the league, if not the worst. I think it was the worst according to PFF, if you take PFF for, as gospel. So someone said something about Alex Pierce. Everything's good for me. How you doing today? I'm doing good, man. Doing good. I took a nap. Almost missed this show. I was a little bit late, but I remember just like closing my eyes for like a second, and then I opened my eyes like, oh shit. But I made it. I hope Verizon can say help. That's their thing, man. Like, a lot of people want to say like this roster has I don't understand this narrative that we don't have the guys. That I don't understand that narrative. Like, there's some guy, like, there's holes. Like, don't get me wrong, there's holes in this roster, but like, realistically speaking, they're like 5 players away from being that contender again, if you ask me. I don't know if they're really not that far behind, but a lot of people are talking about the 49ers as if like they have nobody on this roster, as if Fred Warner, yeah, he got hurt, but he's going to come back. Nick Bosa's coming back. Like, what is going on, man? What is it? Brock Purdy. We have Brock Purdy out there. Christian McCaffrey, still the comeback player of the year. He's not as good as he was before, but he's still relatively good. We got to get better offensive line, get that left guard covered. But it's like 5 positions, really? Realistically, 5 positions for the 49ers to really kind of get back into contention, but still have holes. Like you're your team can't, not every team can be the Eagles, and you can pick apart the entire 49ers roster and be like, hey, they don't have a second string, they don't have a second depth tight end, right? Or a guard, an actual a second string guard, or the fourth string corner, right? Which would technically be the backup corner. We don't really have one of those. There are things like that you can kind of pick apart with the 49ers. But when it comes to like the starters and what positions they need, they only have about 5. And I'm going to name them off for you. Yeah, the offensive line's not great, but there's one big hole, and that's the guard. If the 49ers can go out and get a starting guard, that would help the offensive line significantly. Yeah, Brendel's still our center, but it's not just because we don't replace Brendel or anything like that, suddenly we're not going to playoffs and this team's not a contender. You know, it could get better. It definitely can get better than Brendel, but it doesn't immediately mean that they're out of it, right? So like this team needs a guard, right? This team needs an actual starting guard. That's what they need, a left guard. And then a number 1 wide receiver. That's what they need. They need a number 1 wide receiver, a left guard, and a tight end. Those are the only 3 things they need on their offense. Yeah, it seems he's not the same, but you got Jordan James and Isaac Grindo. You got plenty of backs to work with, right? You got your quarterback. You got Tunges. Bring back Tunges, get another tight end. Boom, you have your 2 tight ends. You get your left guard, boom, you have your starting line right now. You get a number 1 wide receiver, boom. You just need 3 players on the offense, technically. And on defense, if you ask me, the only thing they actually need on starter, for some reason I heard Larry Krueger and someone else bring it up, that we need a second linebacker. I disagree with that 100%. Like go out and get one if you want to, or like try to, stuff like that. But you got Nick Martin, Bethune balled out. Winters wasn't great, but he's supposed to be a 32 through 64 linebacker, and that's what he is. He lives up to that. We don't need another linebacker. Do we need another corner? Sure, but depth. So it's not like we don't need a starting corner. We don't need a starting corner. We need a corner who's that's a 4th string, 5th string corner. So on defense, you got Sigel and Mustafa as your safeties, as your starting safeties. So you just need depth there. The only starting position you need to fill, in my opinion, on the defense is a starting D tackle and a starting edge. Huff is a complementary piece on 3rd down to Nick Bosa. We saw that last year. Mikael Williams is a run stopper who's getting better and is in sophomore year and has to recover for him. I believe an Achilles or an ACL. I don't remember what it was. Either way, it's a serious injury. He's got to recover from that. We need another edge, starting edge, and a starting D tackle defense. That's all we need. Everything else, if you ask me, is depth. Depth and draft. Everything. Depth and draft on defense. You need a starting D tackle and a starting edge. On offense, everything else is draft and depth, except for a starting wide receiver, a left guard, and a tight end. Everything else is draft and depth. So they have 5 positions they need to address. They need to address this. Everything else, do what you got to do. Try to find a steal here and there. Do what you got to do. But I don't know this narrative where suddenly the 49ers are depleted in talent. It's exactly this right here. I hope the 49ers can stay healthy. That's what it is. It's not the talent. It's the health. It's the health. Pearsall has the talent, has the potential, can't stay healthy. It's there. Fred Warner has the talent, Hall of Fame player. He got injured out. Nick Bosa, all that. This depleted talent thing is weird to me. I don't know where this came from, right? We just went to the divisional round with scraps. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. The 49ers might be interested in Mike Evans. What are your thoughts? I like Mike Evans. You do need a number 1 guy. He is a number 1 wide receiver. He's still a good wide receiver. I would take him. However, if you take Mike Evans, he's not a take the top off the defense wide receiver anymore. He's not that guy. But like you still need to get that guy on top of the defense. So, like, if you did get Mike Evans, you need to draft a wide receiver like Amari Cooper Jr., who I think is a shoo-in for the 49ers. Like, when I watched him play, when I watched his film, the dude looks like he's running Kyle Shanahan routes. I'm not lying. It's bar none the same thing. Like, it blew my mind. I was like, this Amari Cooper guy, this Omar Cooper Jr. guy from Indiana, he's I would take it. I would get him if I could. I think that wide receiver can take the top off the defense. He's an excellent route runner. The routes and the routes that he runs is very Kyle Shanahan-esque, where it's like it comes up to a post and straight line across. Like, it's just he has that. And he does jet sweeps, he does screens, he does all of that stuff. This dude is good, and I like him a lot. And I think that the 49ers, if they go out and get Mike Evans, you still need to go out and get a guy top off the defense. Now, if you traded for a guy like that who's a number one receiver, takes a top off the defense, you don't need to go out and get Mike Evans. But if you get Mike Evans, don't stop there. But I would like it because I think Brock Purdy can get another red zone threat, 50-50 guy who you can trust, except for in wide open balls. For some reason, Mike Evans drops wide open balls, which I don't get. But I digress. Mike Evans, I think, would be a good option. But still get a guy go over the defense. They need to figure out a way to stay healthy. That is their number one thing, man. Like 110%. The thing that's holding back this team, that's holding back this 49ers team is just their health, dude. Like, if they were just – I think we would have won multiple Super Bowls if we could just stay healthy. Because the entire Kyle Shanahan era has just been littered with injured players. And I think only one time we were not in the top 10 most injured team. I think only one time or twice, I think. But out of the 8 years that he's been the coach, that's crazy. So, and from what we hear about the 49ers and what they're saying about everything, you know, they're addressing it. They're apparently addressing the whole substation thing, which is whatever to me. They are addressing all the injury issues and stuff like that. So hopefully we see a new training staff, maybe a new practice field somewhere else. And like we keep joking, hopefully bring in a exorcist. But that's the only thing that I think the 49ers need to go out and do is just focus on the injury aspect of things. Because they got the base, I think, they have the foundation, they have the base to make a great team. They just have to the team just has to stay afloat. Like, it's got to stay alive. Monty says, what's the free agents market for tight ends? That's a good segue into what we're going to look at right now, which is, hold on. Let me share screen this. There we go. All right, so this is the top 100 free agents. And apparently Malik Willis it takes the cake. There you go. We got Malik Willis, George Pickens, who we just talked about. They're probably going to franchise tag him. They'll re-sign him. Jordan Phillips. Jordan Phillips, I like him. I would go after him if I could. He's a good player. Tyler Linderbaum, honestly, probably my number 1 or 2 guy I want the 49ers to go out and get because he can play guard and center. He can do them both. Alex Pierce, dude. Oh, my God, bro. I would love Alex Pierce. I think he solves take the top off the defense, and I think he's a good wide receiver. I think he would just absolutely benefit and just dominate in a 49ers offense. I'm a big fan of Alex Pierce. I think he's very underrated, and I think a lot of people are going to be surprised if he goes to 49ers just how good he actually is. Like, to me, if you ask me, Alex Pierce is what Kyle Shanahan wants Pearsall to be. They kind of got that same vibe. So I would take – if I can get Alex Pierce, man, I would be ecstatic. I would absolutely love it. So, Trey Hendrickson would be nice. He's a pass rusher, but not really a good run stopper. He's 31. Devin Lloyd, I would be shocked if they don't end up keeping him. I'd be shocked if the Colts don't keep Daniel Jones, maybe even trade for Mac Jones. Maybe. But I'd be shocked if they don't bring back Daniel Jones, though, because he played really well for them. Odafe Owe exploded as a pass rusher. He's acquired by the Chargers in early October. They're probably going to re-sign him, but according to this, he's not a very good run stopper. 49ers need a guy who can do both. Kenneth Walker. They are letting Kenneth Walker walk. Yeah, you see what I did there? Kenneth Walker walk. Kenneth Walker, dude. They're letting Kenneth Walker walk the Seahawks, man. It seems that's what I keep hearing. I keep hearing that they're going to let Walker just go. And look, man, Walker played great in the Super Bowl, dude. He played great like in the playoffs and stuff, but I don't know. I still don't put him like at top 5, dude. Like you can have a great game, bro, and not be a top 5 player and get the MVP of the Super Bowl, dude. Like you could do those things. You can. And I could be a hater because I'm a 49ers fan. I don't know. But I don't think he's that good. Do I think he's a top 10 back? Probably, yeah. I'll give him that. Maybe a top 10 back. But top 5, I wouldn't throw that out there. You know? I wouldn't do that. So if he wants like top end money, I'd just go out and draft a running back. Keep Charbonnet. If I was the Seahawks, bro, just keep it going. Kenneth Walker is not like a Marshawn Lynch or a Saquon Barkley. He's not a unicorn. I really don't think he's a unicorn. So Boye Mafe, there's two Owe. There's Odafe Owe and Boye Mafe. From the Seattle Seahawks, they're losing another player potentially. Rashid Shaheed, dude. I'm a fan of him, man. I'm a bit of a Shaheed fan. If we can go out and get Shaheed, that solves our kick return issues because he's a great kick returner, as we saw in the playoffs. Was it playoffs or was it week 18? I don't remember. But as we saw in the playoffs, he's a good player, man. I think he would also benefit a lot from the 49ers. I think Rashid Shaheed and Alex Pierce would probably be like two of the best signings the 49ers can get when it comes to wide receivers. But I don't think it's actually going to happen. Breece Hall apparently is a free agent, which I could have sworn he's still – wasn't he? I could have sworn that dude was under contract. Apparently Breece Hall is a free agent. Reunite with Brock Purdy. Can Breece Hall reunite with Brock Purdy? Are we against that? Get rid of CMC, bring in Breece Hall? Get rid of CMC, bring in Breece Hall? What do you guys think? I kind of like it. He's young. He's only 25. CMC's on the edge of his career. Reunite Breece Hall with Brock Purdy. I kind of like that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm kind of all for it. I got my pets in. Hold on, right back. Crazy ass animals. All right. Sorry, I took your mouse. Anyway, Breece Hall, dude, I would love that. I think he's a great player. I think he would thrive in the 49ers offense, and I think it'd just be really cool to see the Iowa boys reunite with each other. I thought that would be awesome. I would love to see some Breece Hall on the 49ers. And I think a lot of 49ers fans wouldn't really actually like that, like getting rid of CMC, but I think it's time. I think it's time. If you got rid of CMC and you bring Ryan Breece Hall, I would not hate it. But I love and I respect CMC and what he's done for this team. Don't act like I don't want to seem like I'm acting like, you know, I'm going full Debo on him. You know what I mean? Like he's just not. It's just time. It's just time. David Edwards, a vet guard the 49ers can sign here. There's a good one right there. Mike Evans, which I believe Monkey brought up, or was it Salvador? Was it Monkey or Salvador? Salvador, yeah. So I'm not against it. But you got to bring in someone like Rashid Shaheed or Alec Pierce if you do it. if you do that. Jamal Dean, no. So Cade Otton and Kyle Pitts are the top 2 tight ends in this free agency class. Dr. Space Monkey asking the question about that. Honestly, bro, if you can trade for Kyle Pitts and not have to give up a lot, I would go out and get him. But if you have to give up a 3rd round or even a 4th round pick for Kyle Pitts, I'm not taking a chance on that. Dude, the dude had one great season. It's a risk. You're just taking a shot. You're taking a flyer on a player, and you don't do that with a 3rd or 4th round pick. You know what I mean? He just got franchise tagged. I'm not giving anything more than a 5th round, 6th round pick for Kyle Pitts, because you also got to pay for the guy too. You also got to pay him, so you're taking a risk there. Cade Otton, honestly, dude, I like Cade Otton because according to this, man, where you can run any offense you want while never giving an inch in the run game. In our growing 2 tight end world, every NFL needs an Otton. Otton does both. He's a run blocker and he's a pass catcher, and he's not bad at catching the ball either. He's actually a decent player, right? He's a decent tight end who can block. And the 49ers have Tungus, who's not the blocker, but he has the offensive capability. So if you bring in Cade Otton and you got what's his name? Tungus, I think that's a good combination there. I think you got the good blocker and you got the good pass catcher there. But Kyle Pitts, man, I like him just because he has that potential, dude. He has that potential to be Tungus times 3, bro. That is it. But as this thing says, he's not a very good blocker. Like he's not the best blocker in the world. So I would almost take Otton over Pitts just because this team needs a blocking tight end. So Isaiah Likely is another Kyle Pitts. Isaiah Likely is a very underrated tight end, dude. Very underrated. Not a full-time tight end. He was a backup tight end by Mark Andrews. He's phenomenal, bro. He's wherever he goes, man, I think if he's the number 1 guy, he's going to pop off. I've always liked Isaiah Likely. I always think he's a threat. I think it's time for him to go somewhere where he can be a full-time starting number 1 tight end. Now, what's interesting about this is that according to this article, he's gotten better at run blocking. Now, is he actually good at that now? Just because you got better doesn't mean you're good? I don't know. But I've never known Isaiah Likely to be that guy who blocks or anything like that nature. So if he is that guy and he's slowly getting better, I think this team can teach him up like George Kittle could do it. So I'm more open to Isaiah Likely, I think, than Kyle Pitts. Right? We need to get a little bit of blockage. A little bit of blockage. You know what I mean? A little blockage. Strawberry in the house. What is up, dude? What is up? Hope your Monday is good, man. Right now, we're just going through the top 100 NFL free agents. See if I want them. See if there's some players I like, don't like. Judging the situation, currently right now. We just talked about the A.J. Brown stuff, Kyle Pitts franchise tag. I talked about Omar Cooper Jr. and how a big fan of Omar Cooper Jr. I think he just fits Kyle's system perfectly. And then I talked about how the 49ers really just need to address 5 positions. That's what I talked about so far, which was wide receiver, left guard, tight end, D tackle, and edge. Outside of that, I think the 49ers are just need depth. So, yeah, he was franchise tagged, but it doesn't mean they can't trade him. They're going to want something for him, and I'm not giving up anything more than a 5th rounder for experiment. He's an experiment. You're kind of like hoping you can unlock him, because he's not that great. He hasn't been that great since his rookie year. So, besides, I want a blocking tight end. If he's expensive, dude, that'd be ridiculous. He shouldn't be expensive. If he is expensive, then he's fleecing somebody because he doesn't have the resume. He's going to get paid based on his potential, not actually what he's done and what teams think they can do by unlocking Kyle Pitts. Yeah, you got to block in Kyle's offense, right? I agree with that too. And besides, we got a pass catcher in Tungus anyway. We don't need that elite pass catcher. I think Tungus is a great pass catching tight end. I think he's really good. I think he's very underrated. Do I think he's like top 10 or anything, stuff like that? No, but I do think he's a starting tight end, it seems, when it comes to the offensive ability, the ability to catch the ball, right? Not necessarily a blocker, but that dude can catch the ball. That dude can run some routes. Tungus is not as bad, and he is a starting tight end, if you ask me. Catching the ball. But yeah, I am shocked. I agree with you, Strawberry. I'm a little shocked that they're not keeping on Likely. I would keep Likely and move on from Andrews, because Andrews has been nothing but a liability to this team, dog. Like, Andrews has been nothing but a problem. Every single postseason, there's something with what was it? There's always something with Mark Andrews between the drop in the ball in the postseason that would have won pretty much would have won the game, I think, or tied the game up going into overtime. I think, I don't remember what it was, or was to win. I think it was to win or tie it. I don't know. By the way, screw him over. Mark Andrews did the same exact thing, dude. He did it the next year, bro. Not the exact same thing, but he blundered the exact same. Like, he blundered badly. He throws the ball backwards, dude, trying to do some crazy, stupid play, dude. I'm shocked they're keeping Mark Andrews over Isaiah Likely. I agree with you. I would keep Isaiah Likely. But if they let him go, man, I think the 49ers should pick him up, especially if it's true that he's gotten better at blocking. Likely's back was Charlie Qatar. He's a great blocker. Better than likely, he's not been a huge option receiving, but he's been good in limited action, and he has chemistry with Brock from Ohio State. I mean, he's good at blocking. We'll take him. I don't think I've ever heard of that guy. Charlie Qatar sounds familiar, but if he's good at blocking, I'll take him, because that's what the 49ers need, man. They have the pass catcher. They need the blocker. It'd be great to have a guy who can do both, like Otten, who can do both. Isaiah Likely, from what I hear, is getting better and can do both. You sacrifice some of the run ability to obtain Isaiah Likely's catch ability. I would do that. He immediately becomes a threat in the play action game. I would do that. Rondell Robinson, absolutely not. I'll pass on him. He's had some flashes, but he's never actually that guy. Rasheed Walker cannot stay healthy to save his fracking life. This dude cannot stay healthy to save his life. Rasheed Walker. So I'll stay away from him. But yeah, apparently he's a former 7th round pick in 2022, fending off challengers for his bookend spot. Oh, he's a 7th round pick. Pretty incredible. But he keeps getting hurt. Jermaine Elinor. I actually don't even know who that. Do I even know who this guy is? Is he actually that good? Or has improved from being a part-time player to one of the most consistent Okay, all right. He's a riser at age 31. Jermaine is a riser at age 31, guys. Travis Etienne. I'd be shocked if they don't keep him. Him and what's his name? Trevor Lawrence are like really good friends. So we're probably going to keep him. John Franklin Myers, I've been a fan of him for a very long time. I do like him. Yeah, I think he's a very good D tackle. I think he's got potential. He's 29 years old, so he's still got about 2 or 3 years left in him. I actually like him. I like freaking Myers. Connor McGovern, that's another good player. This is a good offensive lineman right here. This guy is another guy who can play center and guard. I would love Connor McGovern. Zion Johnson, pass. Romeo Doubs. My problem with Romeo Doubs is that we have injury issues. This dude gets injured. This dude gets concussions just as much as Tua does. Like, it's bad. I like Romeo Doubs. He's got a lot of potential. He could take a top off the defense, but I don't want to see a player die in a 49ers uniform. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't want to see that. I want to put money into a guy that may or may not make it through the entire season because he's just one hit away from having a concussion and being out for the rest of the season and ending his career. And a guardian cap is not going to save him from that. So I like Dubs, but he's got problems. He's got some injury problems. Brian Cook is underrated. Brian Cook is a very good safety, dude. This is a good safety. I like him. I thought he was always all over the ball. Every time I saw a Chiefs game, man, he always made a play, always heard his name at some point in the game. Brian Cook, dude, he deserves the bag wherever he goes. I think he's a very underrated, very good safety. We'll pass on Isaac. Jalen Watson, another solid corner that the 49ers could go after. They went after Ward, who was a former Chief. Now they can go after Jalen Watson, who's not that bad of a player. I've seen him make some plays on the Chiefs' defense. He's actually not that bad. But according to this, there's a risk that he could decline if playing in a defense that is not run by Chief Spagnuolo. I mean, it worked out for Ward. Ward was a Steve Spagnuolo guy. Guess what? He was great. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's a Pro Bowler with us. So I think Jalen Watson could do the same thing. Quiddy Pay, we pass on him. Alontae Taylor, dude. Alontae Taylor. This guy, I like this guy. I want him. I want Alontae Taylor. I think Alontae Taylor has really good potential. I think he could, if you're not asking to be Lenore, but if you're asking him, and apparently according to this, he plays in the slot. He's a good depth guy. Like I would easily, if you could get Alontae Taylor and for not a lot of money, which if he's a 33rd ranked player, and I think I've only seen like one or two corners ahead of him, he's probably going to be you're going to have to pay a little bit more. So probably not him. But if the 49ers end up attaining Alontae Taylor, look out. I think Alontae Taylor is a sleeper. I think it's a sleeper free agent, Alontae Taylor. I like Alontae Taylor. Clavon Chason, pass. I will pass on him. He wasn't bad. He was better than White for the Patriots, but I'm not really feeling it from him. Caden Ellis, he's a linebacker. He's a pass rushing linebacker, and he wasn't that bad. He really wasn't bad, but he's 31 years old, and I don't really want someone like that. Okonkwo, I like him. I like this guy. This dude showed flashes. He just popped off with the Chargers recently. I believe it was the Chargers, or was the is it Titans? Is that what it is? I think it was the Titans. One of those blue teams. It was the Titans. That's right. Yeah. I would take a shot at him. He's not going to cost a lot of money. You can take a shot at him. He's probably going to want a big fat contract, but I don't know. I another guy that I'm that I've heard some good things about. I don't actually know a lot about him. I just heard that there's a lot of good things about this guy, this tight end here. Khalil Mack, honestly, not against it. I like Khalil Mack. I like what he could do. I think he could teach Mikael Williams, maybe even some D tackles, some players. Stuff like that. I like Khalil Mack. I think he's still got it, man. Is he as good as he was before? Obviously not. He's 35 years old. And we do need to get younger. But in terms of the D-line, we need vets. We have the young guys on the D-line already. We need vets, if you ask me. We need a starting edge. We need a starting D tackle. And I think Mack would be an excellent 1 year mentor who can still bring it, I think, especially across from Nick Bosa. I think Khalil Mack, I like Khalil Mack, but apparently he may retire. He may retire. If he doesn't, I would like to bring him back. I think he's still got it. I think he's still got it. Papa J in the house. What is up? Kobe Bryant is alive. He is not alive. I am sorry. I am sorry. Kobe Bryant, honestly, not that bad of a corner. You know, he made some plays for the Seahawks. There's a lot of these free agents. The Seahawks have a lot of free agents on that D line. Woolen and Bryant, obviously, here. But Kobe Bryant's not bad. He's not bad, but he's going to want to be a starter somewhere. And I think Mustafa and Sigel are going to be our starting safeties. So I don't think Kobe Bryant is actually an option. But, yeah, I don't. We're going to get depth at safety. We don't need a starter because we got Sigel and Mustafa. Tariq Woolen, absolutely not, dude. He had moments in the NFC Championship game. He had moments, stuff like that. But, like, Brock, dude, he knows his weaknesses, bro. Brock just targets Tariq Woolen, dude. Tariq Woolen, I'd bring him in if he didn't cost a lot. Like, if you ask me. Like, I would bring him in and take a shot at him because he is fast, he is tall, and he does have moments. But he also does have blunders. So it has to be cheap if you brought in Woolen. It would have to be cheap. It would have to be cheap. Leo Chanel is very underrated linebacker. Pretty damn good, actually, if you ask me. Cad Mays! Bring in Cad Mays! If not Linderbaum, bring in Cad Mays! He's 27, he's young, and he's good. He's good. He's better than Brendel. Bring in Mays, bring in Linderbaum. One of those two guys, man. One of those two centers, dude. And, hey, and if you love Brendel so much, right? You love Brendel a lot. You could just move Cad Mays to guard. And then when Brendel retires next year because he's 34 or whatever, and at that point he's just going to be a traffic cone, like an actual traffic cone, you're going to want to replace him. Go out. Get Cad Mays. Have him play left guard for a year. Then get out of here, Brendel. Cad Mays, dude. Cad Mays. Bring in the Mays. Bring in the Mays. Nick Cross, very, very underrated safety, bro. But he is a starter, 24 years old. He's fast. He's a good player. I would like to bring him in. But again, like I said, we already have our starting safeties, Sigel and Mustafa. Nick Cross is another starting safety. Honestly, I would take Nick Cross over Kobe Bryant if you asked me. If you asked me. Super chat! Thank you, Papa J in the house. Let's go, man. Wolfie working hard in this offseason. I got to up it. I'm not gonna lie to you, brother. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I gotta do better. I gotta do better this offseason, and I'm gonna push for it more. I've only got like 5 or 6 hours of draft content of researching some draft prospects. So I'm only like 25 players in right now. So I'm way behind on the 8 ball. So I do have actually a lot of things I have to watch, keep up some players. I still don't know enough to start talking about it, but I know there's a player I like a lot so far, which is Amari Cooper Jr. from Indiana. I'm a big fan of him. But yeah, man, thank you so much, bro. I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to bring it harder. I'm going to bring those that draft stuff. So look out for that. Because those were fun. I know there's a lot of mock drafts and stuff, but I had an absolute blast doing those last year. So I'm looking forward to doing that again. And I plan on doing that after the combine. So like after the combine, I'll start doing like mock drafts and stuff. Because that way we can actually see 40s and things of that nature. So those matter to drafts and stuff. Your shorts are awesome, brother. Hey, I appreciate it, man. I love making shorts too, dude. It's like the thing about shorts, man, is like you just kind of get to the point. You don't need to throw so much fluff. You know, like sometimes you see a video, you watch a video or someone goes live and stuff, and they're just repeating the same thing, but just like with different words and stuff, and they're kind of just forcing the issue in their video and stuff. Shorts kind of allow you to just like, here's this point, and I'm not going to treat you like you're stupid. That's what I love about shorts. You only need about 3 minutes to tell someone how you feel most of the time. Sometimes there's videos where you're like, oh, I wanted to say this, I want to say that and say that. But most of the time, usually you just need about 3 minutes to give your opinion on something. Usually. Not all the time. Usually. You want to do what you did and only draft players that Kruger was drafted because that shit was hilarious? I'll definitely do that again. I thought that was fun. I have not seen any of his drafts yet. I have not watched any of the because I don't know enough about the players yet, so I can't judge the players that he's drafting if I agree or disagree, or if I think that's a reach or not a reach. I still don't know enough about that, but yeah, definitely, bro. Definitely. Count on it. I'm going to do a Kruger one. I think Lombardi does one. Lombardi does one at the closest to the draft you possibly get. I might do one then. John Chapman has a few of those. I know that. I'll do a Wayne Breezy one too. There's a couple others. There's a couple others out there. But yeah, Larry Kruger, count on it. Count on it. Because I don't know why, bro. I wonder if it's the same thing. I have not seen his drafts, but I wonder if it's the same thing. I wonder if he keeps reaching. Because that was the thing last year, bro, is that he just kept reaching. He just kept, it was like, dude, you can get more, bro. You can get more. Like, that guy is in the 3rd round and you want to draft him with the 32nd pick, bro. Just move back 15 spots, get a 6th or 5th, whatever it is, and then draft him. Like, you don't need to be like, if I love this guy here, I'm just going to take it. Yes, it's true, and he could turn out to be great, and he could turn out to be the best player, but you're not maximizing all that you can get in the position that you are in the draft. Like, you're not maximizing. I get that player's good. I get that player might be the best player in the draft, but where he is in the draft, you're doing yourself a disservice by not maximizing all that you can get. And that's my gripe when I did it. It was so hard. It was the hardest mock draft I've probably ever done was the Larry Kruger one because I could not decide who I wanted to reach for. I just could not decide. So just could not decide. Oh my God. He traded back so many times in most of his recent ones that he liked 20 plus players. I know, dude. There'll be what was there? There was a draft where he drafted 20 players. There was a draft where he drafted 20 dudes because he kept trading back. And it's like, hey, man, pick up some picks next year. I know you're not using them right now, but the thought is, if you're the GM, what are you going to do, right? If you're the GM of the 49ers, you also want picks next year, all right? It's okay to be like, okay, because I know the 49ers had 10 or 11 picks last year, and then he ended up accumulating 20 different picks. Now I think we got 8 or 7 picks or something like that. You can correct me on that, but yeah, you trade for the next year too. You trade for this, trade back this year and stuff. It's going to be interesting. I don't know if he's still overdrafts. I don't know what he's been doing. Like I said, I have not watched a single Larry Kruger mock draft yet. I haven't watched anybody's mock draft yet. So, come on, Larry. They aren't going to have that many rookies, a 15-man roster. I thought the same thing. I was like, dude, I understand that you just cut 5 or 6, 6th, 7th round picks, right? That's $5 million, dude, in dead money. That's $5 million in dead money worth of 6th and 7th round picks. Oh my God. Michael in the house. How's everyone's Monday going? It's Monday. Solid. I took a nap earlier. Almost missed the show. Solid. We got hit with 22 inches of snow and lost power for a couple days. I'm staying at a hotel. Shit. Brother, losing power is one of the worst things that could ever happen, dude. Where I live in Southern Cali, man, sometimes the power goes off. It gets too hot. Sometimes the power goes off for no freaking reason. Like there's no reason for the power to go off. It's not hot. It's not like sometimes like a little bit of rain will cause the power to go out. Yeah, you got food in the freezer, dude, right? You just past 24 hours, you lost that food. That food's gross. Okay, you can't open the fridge. Showers are ice cold, man. There's nothing like losing power is terrible. It's god awful. It's so bad. Especially in the heat, man. Cold or hot, it's the worst. It's the absolute worst. And it always happens like when you don't see it coming too, man. Like you kind of see it coming, right? But you think you got like an hour or two. No. Living in the basement stink. Living in the basement. I'm Michael, living in the basement. Living under pavement. That sucks, man. That sucks. Yeah, I'm not affected by the blizzard, but whoever it is, man, seriously, stay inside, take care, stay healthy, man. I don't wish loss of power on anyone. It's some of the worst stuff in the world. But all right, back to the players here, man. Nick Cross, just talked about him. Like I said, we have our starting safeties, so we don't need Nick Cross. So we got Sigel and we got Mustafa. We need depth there. We need depth. The Kobe Dean, I'll pass on him. He's a pass rushing edge. Apparently he has some serious injury issues. Quay Walker is the guy who pushed a ref not too long ago. I'm good on Quay Walker. Braden Smith, I believe he has injury issues. Yeah, he's a neck injury. His play apparently dipped in 2025. He's 30 years old. I mean, if he wanted to come in as a backup tackle, because we do need that, I would take it, but on Jennings, the number 47th ranked free agent. Bring him back. Look. Juwan Jennings, I already talked about it. I talked about it last live. I talked about it in a short, but I'll say it again, just for people who don't know or my opinion on it. We need he's a good wide receiver too, man. He's a wide receiver too. He is a good blocking wide receiver too that you can trust. Why not go there? Is it $20 million? Is it $20 million? Maybe. But he's number 2. You don't stop at Juwan Jennings if you were to bring him back, though. If the 49ers don't bring him back, I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't love it. But he's a good number 2, man, and we need that number 2. And Juwan Jennings can do that. I say bring him in, keep him back if you can. No more than 20 mil for a guy like that, if you ask me. No more than 20 mil. No more than 20 mil. So, no more than 20 mil. But I would like to bring him back because we need that wide receiver too. Joseph Asai, now pass on him. Justin Strand, Wyatt Teller. Solid. Not that bad of a guard. Jaquan Brisker, a very good save, if you ask me. I'm surprised he's this down this low. Now we're at Calais Campbell. Travis Kelce's a free agent? I didn't know that. I really didn't know that. Hey, Joey Bosa. Bring the Bosa brothers together. What do you guys think, man? Bring the Bosa guys together. Let's do it. Flock. This guy, age 25. He did some good things with the Giants. This guy's a sleep like Alontae Taylor. This guy is a sleeper corner. He did some good things for the he did some good things for the Giants. This Cordell Flott guy, remember his name, because wherever he goes, he might be very good. Bradley Chubb, I'd probably bring him in. He's a good run stopper. Epinesa, no. DJ Reader is a good D tackle to bring in. I'd bring him back. I'm not back, but I'd bring him in. Aaron Rodgers. They're not bringing him back. I'd be shocked. If they bring him back, I'd be kind of shocked. To redo the what's his name? Mike McCarthy. If you redo the Mike McCarthy, Aaron Rodgers thing, trying to catch that in a bottle again. Rest in peace, Steelers, bro. Rest in peace, Steelers. Let the Aaron Rodgers thing go. Let it go. So, all right. All right, guys. It's been 1 hour. That is, we're gonna go ahead and bounce out of here. That is some of the free agents that's coming up for the NFL. Stop sharing that. So, yeah. So what we talked about today was the AJ Brown trade and the destinations that he wanted to go. One of them being the Browns. Shocking to me. Kyle Pitts got franchise tagged. Most likely, I would be shocked if they kept him and actually paid him. They're probably just franchise tag him to trade him for some picks, which I'm not shocked by. Omar Cooper Jr. is someone I liked in the when I did some research on some players. I think he's a shoe-in for the 49ers offense. Big fan of Omar Cooper Jr. from Indiana. So he had a clutch touchdown in the not the championship game, but the there's a game. Where it was. There was a game against Pitt. Was it Pitt or Penn State? He had a toe tap touchdown. It was incredible. It was to win the game. It was very important. He's got some clutch genes in him, Mark Cooper Jr. He's good. He can do it all. He did jet sweeps. He did screens. Take the top off the defense. Excellent route runner. I don't know about his blocking, but that dude is just a Kyle Shanahan product, 110%. Then I talked about the 5 positions that the 49ers need to address in the free agency. To just kind of like restock, and then after that, just go after depth in the draft and free agency. 5 starting positions. I'll say them again: wide receiver, left guard, tight end, D tackle, and edge. Everything else, if you ask me, is just depth. Everything else is depth. Those 5 positions are 5 starting positions 49ers need to go out and get, if you ask me. And then we just checked out the top 100 NFL free agents. We got all the way down to 55, 56. We'll check out the rest of them when I go live again. And we'll also just chill. Like I said, these lives, man. I want to go live for an hour and just shoot the shit, talk to you guys about football, and just have a good time. These lives aren't like this subject, this subject, this subject, this subject, and we're done. Right? It's I want to enter the world of social media where, like on TikTok, for example, people are just chilling and just talking to people that come by, say hi, and talk and stuff like that. That's what I want to do. So if like we're not talking and I'm looking up stuff and things of that nature, there's no expectations, is what I'm trying to say. Right? There's no real expectations. The only expectation that I want for you to come into this live is if there's only one person in here, if there's 200 people in here, that regardless of what we're doing, we're just sitting here, we're talking football, and that's it. Like we're just chill, trying to escape from everything that's happening in this world right now, and that's what I want to bring to you guys. So, it's like me opening up a special room in a restaurant for an hour for people to just chill and talk football. But that's me ranting. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. You guys are awesome. Papa J, thank you so much for the super chat. You are the best mother broken ass food. Thank you so much, Salvador. You're awesome. I appreciate you being here, supporting the channel as well. Michael, man, I'm so sorry, dude, about the Blizzard, man, dude. I hope you hang in there, bro. Blizzard suck. Power sucks. Hope that power comes on back for you. Well, Strawberry, thank you so much for being here as well. You're awesome. Udaman, Space Monkey, you are cool too. David Corona showed up. Appreciate you, man. And to everyone else, dude, watch this later. Be sure to hit that like button because every single like makes my 49ers heart grow from here to here. All love, fam. I'll see you next video. Bang, bang, not a gang, baby.